you doing, Conor? I don't know what your costume is. Alright, looks good though. So, when I woke up this morning, I found Conor in a pretty compromising position. Not like a hand in the cookie jar or intern in the Oval Office kind of compromising, but for a second semester senior, he was playing into every stereotype I can think of. He was laid out on the couch, kind of like that, wearing sweatpants, a sweatshirt, a baseball hat, and of course his trademark fly kicks. Those aren't the flyest of the fly, but normally they're pretty fly. He cradled his Xbox controller ever so gently in his hands as he drove Shaq to the rim in NBA 2012 for what must have been the 1,000th time this year. I'm sure if he had a third hand, it would have been placed nonchalantly in the front of his pants because, let's be honest, hands get cold and it's warm down there. Now to the untrained eye, Conor would have looked like a scrub in every sense of the word. His baseball hat cocked lazily to the side, his baby blue eyes fixed unmovingly on the flat screen, his mouth hanging open just enough for someone to throw little bits of paper, or maybe M&Ms across the room into it. You'd look at him and assume Conor was like any other college senior, D for diploma, partying all day and night, you know. But you'd be dead wrong. Put that unshaven, somewhat haphazardly dressed man on a stage, and you've got a goddamn star. Conor is a powerhouse when it comes to performing. He's got a voice like an R&B version of Michael McDonald, and some serious dance moves to back it up. But while those are both very impressive traits, it takes more than that to do what Conor can do. Straight up, the kid's got swag. None of that fake stuff either. He's got bona fide 150 proof swag. I'm talking like the kind of swag that gets him hit on by a big black 30-year-old beautician at Dunkin' Donuts. You can't make that up. You can't. It happened. I watched it happen. It was uncomfortable for me. He can't turn this off either. We've been at some shows where the audience has no idea what to do when Conor steps up in front of the mic. But he doesn't try to turn down the swag. No, he will walk out into that audience, straddle some middle-aged man, and shove his swag right in his face. He will make that man confront the swag and accept the swag for what it is. And he walks right back on stage, and the audience gets it. He's a teacher. Teaching the world how to accept his swag one audience at a time. In addition to being one of our most talented frontmen, Conor has been a constant asset to this group off stage. This year, he was the group's historian, bravely wearing his massive Nikon camera around his neck at the risk of looking like some douchey yuppie tourist, just so he could document our wide-roaming shenanigans. He's also never afraid to voice his opinions on whatever the group is doing, be it in agreement or dissent, which is something that is incredibly important for any student-run organization. Conor also has some of the most selfless aspirations I think I've heard from someone in my generation. This unkempt video game playing scrub that you are all so quick to judge plans to teach English to young children in developing nations. This guy, yes, probably kind of makes you feel like a dick, doesn't it? A little bit. A little bit. And it's that same compassion that drives him toward teaching that makes him such an amazing bub. I don't think I've ever had a shallow conversation with Conor. It's impossible to not bare your soul to him. You'll ask him like, yo, what's for dinner? And 20 minutes later, you'll be talking about like your deepest aspirations in life and why, like, what's gonna make you feel fulfilled when you're 30. Like, how do you do that? I wanted you to say chicken parmesan. I didn't want to tell you all that stuff, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. And because of that, it's impossible not to feel this immense connection to him. I think I speak for everyone in the group right now when I say Conor has been one of the determining factors that made my experience in the Bubs so special. There was one semester, sophomore year, that you didn't get to sing with us, and I still remember feeling this void that was left in your absence everywhere we went. Rehearsal, gigs, it was constantly like, where's Conor? Where's smiling Conor? And I like to think that I'm lucky that I'll never have to be in this group again without you, because it just wouldn't be the same. You've left an immense impression, as you do, wherever you go. It's a poorly timed page turn, so. You also frequently bring your mom's homemade cookies, which is pretty sick too. Mama Flynn, I see you, Mama Flynn, I see you. So everyone out there, breaking the fourth wall. Next time you see an unshowered, unshaven 22-year-old laying on the couch playing video games for hours on end, shake his friggin' hand. Don't judge him. I love you, man.